mid-90s musical mania. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 albums of 1995.
What if God was one of us?
For this list, we're looking at albums that were released in the year 1995. These albums defined the mid-90s and have stood the test of time 20 years later.
Well, it's not a matter of time, it's just a matter of scope. And the scope is such that we do lots of different things, and we wanted to put them all in one record before we die.
Number 10, Liquid Swords.
Yo, I slayed them C's back in the rec room era. My style broke motherfucking backs like him for terror.
During their prime, the lineup of New York City's Wu-Tang Clan was strong enough for a full baseball squad, but their focus was on dropping beats and martial arts philosophy.
I was always taught by do's and don'ts. For do's I did, and for don'ts I said I want one from Brooklyn, a place where stars are born.
As one of the Wu's finest lyricists, GZA released Liquid Swords and shredded the competition with a dark, atmospheric sound, and rhymes that had hip-hop fans experience heavy mental stimulation.
You know hoods robbing, snipers, new in sight. Blue and white, they escaping for them flash the fucking lights. Gunshots shatter first floor window panes. Shells hit the ground and blood stained the dice game.
Although group mates Raekwon and Old Dirty Bastard released some amazing albums of their own in 1995, it was GZA who reigned supreme. Wu-Tang forever.
The year 2002, the battle's filled with the Wu. 6 million devils just died from the bubonic flow of the Ebola virus. Under the reign of King Cyrus, you can see the weakness of a man right through his iris.
Number 9, The Woman in Me, Shania Twain.
Any man of mine better be proud of me. Even when I'm ugly, he still better love me.
In early February of 1995, country music fans received a sublime gift from the country gods in the form of this genre classic.
But I'm gonna keep it a secret for now.
Shania Twain undoubtedly had the looks to become a star, but it was collaboration with AC/DC producer Mutt Lange that optimized her immense talent.
Is she the one that you've been missing, baby? Well, who's there? Have your boots been under?
The Woman in Me produced 8 singles that transformed Shania from a rockin' Canadian gal to a pop country international icon.
The woman in me.
The album gave us boot-kicking jams along with a few ballads for twangy lovers. So the big question is, where were you when Shania took over?
You're not in it for love. I'm out of here.
Number 8, the infamous Mobb Deep.
There's a war going on outside, no man is safe from. You could run, but you can't hide forever.
The hip-hop scene of Queensbridge, New York was thriving after the 1994 debut album from Nas, but the MC duo of Mobb Deep was already on the map with their own first release.
See, back to Queens, pumping the fiends, making more cream, know what I mean? I'm a natural born hustler, won't try to cut ya, pull out my phone and bust.
The group's second album, The Infamous, struck a chord with gritty lyrics and raw beats that were street to the core. The album featured Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest, Ghostface Killah, and Raekwon from Wu-Tang Clan, and even the aforementioned Nas.
I live with one squads, hit the block hard, ask my man Twain when he got back, they messed me up, God.
The commercial appeal reached a new level when the hip-hop anthem Shook Ones Part 2 was featured in the 2002 film 8 Mile. Oozing with authenticity, The Infamous was a tape deck mainstay in 1995.
It's crime in the air, ain't no time to be afraid. Give me yours or get laid. Give up the goods and get sprayed.
Number 7, The Bends, Radiohead.
2 jumps in a week, bet you think that's pretty clever, don't you, boy?
After the single Creep became an alt-rock phenomenon in the early 90s, Radiohead was on the verge of becoming a definitive MTV band. Lead singer Thom Yorke had a different vision for the group, as shown on their sophomore effort, The Bends.
You do it to yourself, you do. That's why Radiohead's
Radiohead fine-tuned their sound, and the introspective lyrics offered an existential side road through the world of Britpop. York's unmistakable voice paved the way for a new breed of lead singers, while simultaneously setting a new standard for artistic freedom.
Don't leave me. Don't leave me dry.
Number 6. Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. Smashing Pumpkins. It's quite ambitious to attempt to match the sonic accomplishments of Pink Floyd's The Wall, but that's what Billy Corgan attempted to deliver for a new generation with Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. Rather than working with their usual producer, Smashing Pumpkins brought on a new team for their epic 28-track 1995 release and changed up their production team for an innovative new sound. Melancholy took listeners on a conceptual voyage through the night and day, and the ornate construction resulted in 7 Grammy nominations. The Smashing Pumpkins ravaged our senses with this 95 gem. Number 5. Tragic Kingdom. No doubt.
Take this pink ribbon off my eyes. I'm exposed and it's no big surprise.
While grunge was finding its way onto the pop charts in 1995, a band from Anaheim brought the funk with their ska-inspired sound. While Tragic Kingdom was released later in the year, it took several months for No Doubt to reach the masses. Thanks to extensive touring and the magnetic stage presence of Gwen Stefani, singles like Spiderwebs and Just a Girl became pop hits. And who can forget about the ballad Don't Speak? Stefani had broken up with bassist Tony Kanal, and her inspirational brother left the band, but Tragic Kingdom still became a magical masterpiece.
Death row pardon, 2 minutes too late, and isn't it
Number 4. Jagged, Little Pill. Alanis Morissette.
It's like rain.
Previously a Canadian pop dance artist, a 21-year-old Alanis Morissette reinvented herself in 1995 after a move to LA. With vicious yet hilarious lyrics and a new outlook on life after a San Fernando Valley robbery, Morissette redefined the role of women in rock music and proved to be more than a one-hit wonder with 6 smash hit singles. Morissette's ability to channel her inner demons demanded attention along with the album's raw intensity. Number 3. Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters. Following the death of Kurt Cobain in 1994, Nirvana's Dave Grohl overcame his depression by creating his own band featuring, well, himself.
Beg me to talk about it. I could stand to prove.
The drummer wrote, sang, and composed every track on Foo Fighters, with the exception of a featured guest spot from the Afghan Whigs' Greg Dully.
I started recording things by myself when I was 18 or 19, and then there was the challenge of songwriting and trying to not grow as a songwriter, but I was just experimenting, like, wow, I can make a pop song, you know?
Lyrically, Foo Fighters consists of structured tracks and all-out rambles, but the technical achievement and support from fellow musicians helped Grohl organize a permanent roster of musicians for the future. Number 2. What's the Story? Morning Glory. Oasis. Oh, to be a fly on the wall for the recording of this British cultural phenomenon. After the success of their debut album Definitely Maybe, Liam and Noel Gallagher boasted new rockstar egos and a different outlook for What's the Story? Morning Glory.
And after all, you're my wonderwall.
You can almost feel their chest puffing out during the harder tracks, while ballads like Wonderwall and Don't Look Back in Anger prove that these bad boys could touch on the human element.
But don't look back in anger, I heard you say.
Like all true rock stars do, Oasis captured national headlines on the daily after the album's October release, and 6 sparkling singles ensured a lasting legacy.
How many special people change? How many lives are living strange? Where were you while we were getting high?
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Can't you shut you up? I came to drag you down. I came around to tear your little world apart.
Stand up. You got to manage. Down by the water, I took her hand, just like my daughter.
When I was young, me and my mama had beef. 17 years old, kicked out on the streets.
Number 1. Me Against the World. Tupac.
That could take my mama's place, suspended from school. I'm scared to go home. I was a fool with the big boys breaking all the rules.
Bruce Springsteen was at the top of the charts in 1995, but a lyrical boss named Tupac Shakur swiped away his glory.
I gotta go, can't be with you every minute. It's another show, and even though I'm known for my one night stand, look here, I wanna be an honest man, but temptation's gone.
Despite being locked up at the time of release, Tupac's 3rd studio album debuted at number 1 and strayed from typical themes of gangster rap by taking on a more personal approach.
I'm having visions of leaving here in a hearse scar. Can you feel me? Take me away from all the pressure and all the pain. Show me some happiness again.
Tracks like Dear Mama and So Many Tears became instant classics, and the album's darker side anticipated the violence that would ultimately take the life of Shakur.
I hung around with the thugs, and even though they sold drugs, they showed a young brother love.
Me Against the World marked a transitional period in hip-hop, as Tupac redefined the art form and produced street poetry for the ages.
In the future, known as somebody, I want people to be talking about me like, look, remember when he was real bad? Remember when Tupac was real bad? You know what I mean?
Do you agree with our selections? What is your favorite album of 1995? For more mind-blowing top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
I lost so many peers and shed so many tears.